Obviously, you know that this has taken longer than any of us probably would have liked, but it was important to take the necessary amount of time, do due diligence in putting together what I think will be a winning combination. I think we've always had good coaches. I think we've always had good people, but sometimes the chemistry of the staff isn't exactly right. And I think dysfunction may be too strong a word, but when it's not functioning at the highest level, it leaks down into the program, and it isn't anybody's fault, but it is correctable, and it has to be corrected, and that responsibility falls on me. And so I, at the conclusion of the season, looked around and tried to make the necessary adjustments, and those are sometimes painful, most of the time painful, especially when you're dealing with great people, as is the case with the guys that I let go and so forth. So I've been working to try to put back together what I think will be a formidable staff, one that will communicate well with the players, one that will do a great job out recruiting and sharing the vision of UCLA and our football program, and one that will get along really, really well with one another and check egos at the door, and we will fly as we go down the road. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that can't be the case. Obviously, we're not done yet, but I think we've made a key hire here today. Actually, we made the hire on Thursday, announced it today, but in Mike Johnson. Mike and I go way back, and he'll tell you more, but we met when Mike was a quarterback at Arizona State, and I was still trying to make some money playing the game in the old USFL, and we were out throwing the ball together. He was a quarterback there, and I was teaching him how to do a 5-step drop, throw it out, how to kick step it towards there, and he listened to me. So that's one of the few guys that ever did, so I decided I should be buddies with him. And anyway, down the road at Washington, it was I became very aware that there was somebody kicking our tail in Los Angeles in the recruiting department, and it was Mike at Oregon State. I think in that game where Oregon State played Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl, I think 16 of 22 starters for the Beavers that day were Mike Johnson recruits. And so I tried to steal him away from Oregon State at the time. I think it was Dennis. It was at the time when I made the call. But at that time, Mike Riley was on his way, had left to go to the Chargers, and Mike was close to going with him when he originally left. Well, now he came and got him. So Mike began a very interesting and beneficial NFL career, which then landed us together in Baltimore. And we worked right across the office from each other, and obviously admired what he did there, and just knew that if circumstances were ever in such a way where he would become available, he'd be a guy that I'd want to have with me here, and such was the case. So I'm excited to name him. He's going to coach the wide receivers. He'll be our offensive coordinator. He'll be, an absolutely integral part of everything we do offensively, and I think it's going to be very exciting to see what we can do. I'm also going to name myself the quarterback coach. I'm going to go back to what I've done. When you're not doing things as well as you'd like, one thing we all do is go back to our comfort zone, and my comfort zone is coaching those guys. It isn't anything negative towards the way they've been coached. It's just when I think I can fix things, I want to fix them, and you want to get your hands dirty. So I've made the decision that that's what I'm going to do. I'll live and die with it, as they say, but I know I can coach these guys, and I know I can coach them well. So I'm looking forward to that responsibility, and Mike's comfortable with that. That was my job at the Ravens, and when he was the wide receiver coach, and we worked well with one another. So excited about putting that combination back together. With respect to Norm, I know the question will come. We are having ongoing discussions as to how this will all work, and hopefully that will resolve itself here quickly. That being said, anything else, Mark, to add?
Well, I mean, how will it work? I mean, is Norm on the staff or is he not?
we're having ongoing discussions. That's what I'll tell you right now. We're nearing a resolution there that I think will serve to everybody's interests.
Does it mean you're having buyout talks?
No, I'm going to leave what I said as what I said, and we'll go from there.
How are the play calling duties going to be split?
We're going to work through that. Certainly Mike had ample opportunity to call plays this year with the 49ers. I know I have the ability to call plays, but I think both of us, having known each other and trusting each other, I think we're going to play off each other in that regard. When I was with Carl Durrell early in my career, we shared that duty. It didn't matter who called it. We just kind of were thinking along the line and having an open conversation as we were going, and I think that results from collaboration throughout the week. So we kind of got a feel as to how it goes. But certainly, I have zero problem in turning the keys over to Mike and go get it done, and he lets me jump in. Either that or he presses mute, and then I just think that we've got a problem in the communication.
How's the game plan going to go? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be him? Collaborative?
Collaborative, absolutely. We trust each other, and that's a good thing.
Rick, if Mike was so high on your list, why are you hiring a guy 2 months after you basically said you were going to start this process?
Well, I think that you just hit the nail on the head. It's a process. There are some things that have to be dealt with as you try to put pieces in place, and it takes a great deal of thought and careful deliberation before you come up with the perfect formula. I didn't anticipate it taking this long, but just to get it right, it was worth waiting.
So Mike's hire doesn't mean there's a resolution with Norm?
It does not indicate anything with regard to Norm. Norm's conversations with the university are still ongoing. We're working that through. And right now, Norm's still part of our staff.
You mentioned checking egos at the door. Was that a problem last year?
When I said it, I knew that would be a question. The answer is no. But I think it's important that we leave that room united. And that's not to say that it wasn't the case, but I think we can do better in that regard.
Is that a reflection of the debates about the pistol offense and who installed it?
I think we all bought into the pistol offense. There's no finger pointing at all with regard to that. I think retrospectively we'd wonder if it was exactly the thing to do, but I think we all bought in, and so I don't think there's any finger pointing at all to anybody about that.